Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I decided to start a series on my channel called Learn and Slay, and this will be a playlist of videos for my makeup basics. So sometimes when I'm filming a video, a makeup look, I don't always feel like showing you guys my eyebrows or showing you the foundation. Maybe I just want to do the eyes and that's it. So I wanted to make sure that I had a playlist set up for all of my makeup basics, so that way if I don't feel like including every single step in a video, my lovely followers can go ahead and look at those basic videos for reference. So all of these videos in the Learn and Slay series are going to be talk throughs, are going to be slow. It's going to be a lot of details, so definitely good footage for my beginners or just people that are genuinely interested in the products that I use. So if you have any questions, let me know down below, and I hope you guys enjoy these series. And I thank you guys for tuning in as always. So if you want to see how I do my basic foundation routine, then just keep watching. Okay guys, so as you can see, I am barefaced. I have nothing on my face right now. All I did was just wash my face. So the first thing you want to start out with is a good moisturizer, and you also want to know what type of skin type you have. So I have combination oily skin. I get dry, or excuse me, I get oily in my T-zone, and then my cheeks tend to get dry. I also have acne prone skin, so I don't necessarily have sensitive skin, but I am prone to breakouts. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I have acne. I've tried acne.org, blah, 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 blah. I need to do an updated skin routine for you guys, but this is my problem area. So I get breakouts here. Sometimes I get breakouts on my cheek. You can see there's one here. Sometimes on my neck. Here's some old acne scars. So I haven't had like a ton of breakouts recently, but I do have residual acne scars that I do have to you know, think about when I'm putting on my foundation. And I also have textured skin, so I don't have the most even complexion, and I also have, you know, some just small bumps. So you have to really think about your skin and your skin type when it comes to the foundations you want to use. But of course, the first step is to always moisturize. So I'm just taking the Pearlessence Coconut Rose Hydrating Face Mist. I got this at Marshall's for I think $6.99, and I like to spray a facial mist on my face first and then put my moisturizer on top, which is the Amara Organics Aloe Vera Gel. This is just straight aloe vera gel. So I just spray my face, and then while my face is damp, I will place my aloe vera gel on top. So after I moisturize, I let it sit on my face for a few minutes just so that it really absorbs in there. And I kind of do that with all of the steps. So I'm going to go over primers, I'm going to go over all the foundations I use, I'm going to go over the brushes and applicator tools I like, and I tend to just take my time. So I'm going to let this sit in my face for a few moments, and then I will be back in a second. Okay guys, that moisturizer is nice and in my skin, and then what I like to do is put on a primer. Now if you have dry skin, you want to find a primer that is hydrating for your skin. I have both, so I have combination skin, so I use a primer that is going to combat oils for me in my T-zone, and then I use just an all-over primer for smoothness and to create that nice blank canvas for my foundation to go on top of. So my favorite primer for us oily girls is the Becca Evermatte Poreless Priming Perfector. This stuff is bomb. If you have used this, then you know what I'm talking about. But I go ahead and I just place that right on the T-zone, and this stuff really will suck all of your oils. Your face will be like like it for real. It really works. This stuff is great. I also have smile lines here because I tend to laugh and smile a lot, so I always place, you know, special attention to my smile lines here. And another thing that I like to do is actually put this primer on my eyebrows, because normally I like to do my eyebrows before my foundation, but for the sake of this video, I'm just going to show you guys straight up foundation, no eyebrows, okay? So that is on the T-zone. And then I like to take another primer. If you have large pores, you're also going to like that primer as well as this one. This is the Maybelline Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser. This is similar to like the, what is it, Pore Professional. It's very similar to that one, but it's more of like a gel consistency. And this one is more like a silicone-based primer. So it's going to give you that really smooth feeling. And again, I focus it here because this is the area I get oiliest, and then I just kind of distribute the product. Because I have textured skin, this really helps with smoothing my overall face. So another primer that I like to use that I'm not going to be using today is the Hard Candy Sheer Envy Coconut Water Primer Stick. This reminds me a lot of the Milk Makeup stick. It's really cooling, it's like really fresh, and it also has some mattifying properties, but it looks like this. And it's, you know, blue. Oh, my camera's washing it out, but it's really, really, really cute, and you just, you know, put it on like that. I love this one. Now, another product that I use, and this is just something that I've been doing recently, is the Badescu Special Healing Powder. This is a sulfur powder. This is not a makeup product. This is a skincare product. This is something that I also put on before bed. But again, because I told you guys I have acne that comes up in this area, I tend to put this on before my makeup. So I just take a fluffy brush, dab it on here. Any acne that I currently have, but I mostly keep it in my T-zone because this also combats shine. It does have like a greenish yellow tint, so I just put a little bit on, and I find that it doesn't disturb my makeup. I know Jackie Aina likes to use like a translucent powder before doing her makeup, so this kind of is a similar concept. Like, it combats the oil really well. And because it's sulfur powder, there's, you know, acne fighting properties, so that's why I like it. Okay, so now that I have my face base on, I like to go in with directly either my foundation, or sometimes I will color correct. It just depends on what I have going on. I am not going to color correct today, but I did want to let you guys know the products that I like for color correcting. So for dark marks and my hereditary dark circles, you want to use a peach based or orange based concealer. So there are two that I like. For some reason, I haven't really been wanting to use these recently, just because I found like they're a little bit too dark, and I just kind of have been ignoring, like, I just don't care recently. But if you do want to color correct and go in, if you have hyperpigmentation, some black scarring around your mouth, or, you know, like I said, under eye circles, or any acne scars that you want to combat, these two products are really good. This is the LA Girl Pro Conceal in the color Orange Corrector. It is just an orange concealer. I love these LA Girl series. And then this is a newer one I picked up. This is by Hard Candy, and this is the Sheer Envy Color Correct Cushion Wonder. And this one is pretty cool because it comes with a cushion applicator, and I really like the color of this one. It's a pretty good orange color, but it's not as rich as this orange. So these two are really good to put on your acne marks or hyperpigmentation. But the one that I've been reaching for more often is my It Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye Corrector Concentrate, and this is in the color Rich. And I talked about this in my first Learn and Slay video, where it's tan, so it's like a regular concealer for my skin, but it definitely has more of an orangey undertone. And so I think that this just really helps me a little bit better, because I don't know, the bright orangeness, sometimes I'm like, it's too much, but it really isn't. But I just like to gravitate towards this one. Oops. I just like to gravitate towards this one. But again, I'm not going to color correct today. So I want to show you guys just some of the foundations that I like. So hands down, my favorite high-end foundation at the moment, and has been for quite some time, is the Lancome Teint Idole foundation. And I have mine in the color 450 Suede Nude. Suede Neutral. Now I do have a warm undertone, so this doesn't quite match me the best, which kind of sucks, but I do love the coverage of this one. A good drugstore dupe for this, in my opinion, is the Milani Concealer Perfect. This is another favorite one. I interchange the colors 9 Tan and 11 Amber. They are very similar. And I just kind of go between these two. However, this one is a little bit dewier than I prefer. So normally I will go ahead and add in a little bit of the L'Oreal Pro Matte. And again, I go back and forth between the 110 Cream Cafe and 111 Soft Sable. So I'll normally pick the darker version of this and the lighter version of this and put it together, you know, and kind of mix and match interchangeably. This gives a nice matteness while this gives some luminosity, and I like them together. I would assume that the L'Oreal Pro Glow does the same thing, but I haven't tried that one. I just like the coverage that these two offer together because they're both, in my opinion, full coverage foundations. So I like that. The other ones that I have been liking recently are the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless, and I am in the color 335 Classic Tan. And my new baby, the CoverGirl Healthy Elixir in the color Golden Tan. So these are just some ones that I like to use, but I will say that until I figured out how to actually apply this on my face, I did not like a lot of these foundations, and that's because I didn't realize I was applying them wrong. Okay, so how I apply them and what tools I use, I figured out that for me to get the most coverage, I need a dense brush. Okay, so hands down, my favorite brush to use is the e.l.f. powder blurring brush. It looks like this. It is kind of like a dome shaped, and it is dense but still soft. So as you can see, it has some sort of softness in it, but it still packs on color. Now they do have the e.l.f. foundation blurring brush, and this one, as you can see, is a little bit more rounded and a little bit more compact, and it's not quite as much give as this one. I do like this one as well, but this one, hands down, I just like the shape of it. It's a little bit more wider, so it really gets in there, and this one works too. You just kind of got to take more time. The other one that I like is this classic one, the e.l.f. powder brush, and this is just a flat top kabuki, but as you can see, same concept. It's a little bit more softer, but it really just pushes in there and gets in there really nicely. And then finally, the Morphe M439. This again is a nice rounded, dense brush. It has some give to it, so it definitely makes things really easy to blend. Now I have a few other brushes that I just got randomly off of eBay. I ordered the fake Real Techniques set, and it's the same concept, as you guys can see. So you can see, once you kind of figure out this type of brush you like, you can spot them and see, oh, that one's going to be a good one or not. Same type of concept. I don't really reach for these too often unless my other brushes are dirty, but it's the same type of concept where it's dense but still has some give. The other thing that is absolutely necessary, in my opinion, is a concealer brush or foundation brush. This is my favorite one, and this is by Ecotools. I don't know the exact name of this brush because I've had this brush for years and I have not found one that duplicates it. I don't know. I have a bunch of like regular flat foundation brushes, but it's something about the size of this one and the shape of it that I just love. And this is what I first apply my foundation on my face with. So it's so much easier just to swipe it on with this shape and really paint it on my face first, and then taking whatever brush I'm using and stippling it on for more coverage. Now that is because, again, I have acne marks, I have things that I want to cover. I like that flawless high, medium to high coverage or full coverage look. That is my preference, but of course, if you do not like that style, then you are more than welcome to use a beauty blender or a beauty sponge. Using this is going to give you a sheer coverage most often. It really depends on the foundation, but when you use a beauty sponge, it definitely shears out the foundation. It gives you a little bit of a lighter look. So I will use the same exact foundations, but depending on the day and what I'm doing for the day, I may choose to use a beauty sponge so that it's a little bit more fresh face, not quite as flawless, but still, you know, beat and put together. So that is the difference between using a sponge and a brush. Okay, so just keep that in mind for any products you're going to use. Once you find a foundation that you like, then figure out what what applicator tools are gonna be best for you to use. And two, give foundations a chance. So I will say that I tried both of these before, and I was not applying it the way that I just told you guys now, and I hated these two products. I was like, why does everyone like this foundation? Like, it's horrible. And I realized I wasn't using enough, because I just was putting a tiny bit, and I was like, oh, that's enough. It's okay to use what you need to use. It's okay. Don't be afraid of it. I mean, you're buying it, you're spending your coins on it. It's okay to use more if you feel like it's too sheer or it's not enough. Don't worry about whether people are going to judge you for using 8 pumps of foundation. I'm just kidding. But for real, do you and make it work for your face, okay? So I'm going to be using today the Lancome Teint Idole Foundation, and I like to take a little mirror. You can take a candle palette or any other palette you have, and I'm going to put 1 pump. Well, this is kind of thick. 2 pumps, and this foundation I don't think comes with a pump. Does it come with this? I can't remember. Some foundations I put a pump on. Like, I bought some generic pumps for this one, but I can't remember if this pump came with this or not. I don't know, but this is about how much I'm going to start with. Okay, and then again, I'm going to rub it in. Yeah, I can tell that's not going to be enough. Rub it in, and then I like to brush it on. To me, this just covers everything. Whereas before, I would just like tap, 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 like little dots all over my face, and I'd be like, why is it not covering everything? Because you're not, you know, but that's just me. So I'm going to take my favorite brush, the e.l.f. Powder Blurring Brush, and it's dirty because I use it already, but I'm going to use it today. And just press it in. Told you guys this color is a tiny bit more neutral than I would like. It's not quite as warm as I would prefer. So I just have to be mindful of the concealers and powders that I use. And that's another thing you have to ask yourself, do you need to set your foundation? So you may feel like you need to set your foundation. You may feel like you don't, depending on your skin type and your foundation that you're using. Just going in to add a little bit extra in the areas that I feel like I need it, because I still have that same amount on here. And going in and stippling the foundation. Now I try to press in as much as I can and then swirl gently. Like, I take the pressure off of my hand and I swirl it gently. So this is with foundation and this is without. I'm going to take a little bit more, and I still like to swipe it on. And this time I'm going to take a beauty sponge and press it into my skin. So you guys can see with the sponge off of that first application, this kind of covered more in general, I mean with the brush, but with the sponge I tend to have to go back and layer and layer and layer. So that's just why I prefer to use the brush, just so that I don't have to do as many steps. So I'm going to go back in with my brush now. And that is my overall foundation routine or application. Then I normally will go in and do my concealing, my contouring, my highlighting, all of those things if I feel like I need it. Most of the time I do my eyes and my eyebrows first, and then I do my application afterwards. But again, for the sake of this video, I was just showing you guys how to do my foundation. I will go ahead and do the rest of my makeup off camera and then return so that you can see how this makeup foundation finally looks with a full face, okay? Okay guys, so this is the final look with my foundation and everything done. If you would like to learn how I did my eyebrows, I do have two different eyebrows, but you probably can't tell right now. But I did film how I do my eyebrows along with how I contour and highlight. So if you want to see how I did that to get this final look, then I will list those links down below, and I will list them in the playlist once those videos are up, because I did film it, so I do have to edit those. I kept it really simple on the face today. I don't have on any lashes. I just have on the Jordana Best Lash Extreme mascara. I love this stuff. This reminds me a lot of L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black, but I think this one is better, and you can get this from Walgreens. On my cheeks, I have on the Milani Baked Blush in Coralina. Very pretty bright coral color. Again, all the products I use to highlight my face and contour will be in another video. I will link that below. On my eyes, I just did a quick swipe of ColourPop Muse, which is like a burgundy rose gold, if that makes sense. And then right on the corners, I just went ahead with a quick swipe of ColourPop Nillionaire, which is like this really taupey color, but it has like pink and gold specks in it. Very pretty. So I just took that on my finger, swiped it all over. Really easy peasy. And then on the lips, I have, this is just full of ColourPop today. On the lips, I have ColourPop Wolfie, which is this beautiful pink gold metallic. Your girl has been loving metallics lately. Yes, yes, yes. I don't know. Some people love metallics, some people don't. My mother loved metallics, and now I feel like I'm just like her. So, yeah. That is what is on the rest of my face. If you want to know what hair is on my head, I will also list that information down below, because I did do a wig review on this unit. But again, I hope this video was helpful. Let me know if you guys have any questions. And yeah, till next time. Bye guys.